这一集呢是把人身体器官的英文跟例句把一次念完，一个总复习因为这边中文没有写之前我都解释过意思这边也不再讲它中文意思，因为前面各集都讲过，这次就是一口气念到底如果你不知道的话，你看我前面各集都有标题，还有各集内容都有写我们是念一下，一口气就把所有的念完，所以这一集会长一点你听一下回顾一下就开始了You have to do some exercise to flatten your abdomen. Acne is very common among teenagers. Adrenaline is a substance produced by your body in response to stress. The anatomy of the monkey is much like that of a human being. She stumbled and sprained her ankle. Your anus is at the lower end of the large intestine. I had my appendix removed a long time ago. He has fallen arches. He broke his own skin. He was scratching under his armpit. The woman carried her bag on her back. Try to hold your backbone straight while sitting. The fat man has a big belly. The singer likes to expose her belly button on the stage. Bile helps us to digest fat. As a teenager, John had black hairs in his face. Stones had formed in his bladder. Just new shoes give me blisters. The heart pumps blood around the body. Billions of blood cells per day are made in normal adults. He has burst a blood vessel. He had a large blotch on his neck. He has a strong body. This kind of fish has a lot of bones in it. She clutched the baby to her bosom. She tripped, fell, and landed on her bottom. The little girl usually wore her hair in a braid. The man blew out his own brains. The baby was feeding from her mother's left breast. She got a kick in the buttocks. She has slim ankles by fat calves. Calluses are caused by repeated pressing or rubbing. Brushing your teeth after every meal helps prevent dental caries. After the lion ate a zebra, some birds came to feed on the carrion. Parts of the ears and noses made of cartilage. The human body is made out of cells. She has cancer of the cervix. She hit me in the chest. He has a double chin. Too much cholesterol can clog blood vessels and cause heart disease. A cord is a long structure in the body similar to a rope. Where spinal cord injuries, recovery can be prolonged. Every human being possesses 23 pairs of chromosomes. He was born with cleft lip. He had the cleft feet, which are barely shaved from birth. Usually, black males have large cocks. Peter fell and broke his right collarbone. Don't strain your vocal cords. The nurse cut the baby's umbilical cord. Is it possible to transplant a new cornea into the eye? Red and white cells are capsule. The doctor told me that I had a small cyst. They should use the Denver shampoo. He wears a denture in his lower jaw. The diaphragm's helps control breathing. She buried the second digit of her left foot. It's an ear infection. The eardrum will vibrate when sound waves strike it. The earlobes are where some people hang earrings. The embryo bird is growing inside eggshell. Tears blurred his eyes. The eyeball is a sensitive organ. She darkened her eyebrows with an eye pencil. She had very long eyelashes. She applied makeup to her eyelids. Don't forget to wash your face and hands. You had too much fat in your body. You can hardly see a muscle fiber. She still has a lovely figure. She's very clever with her fingers. She painted her fingernail red. The burglar didn't leave any fingerprints. She transformed with her fingertip. He clenched his fist. I feel pain at my left flank, with 5 toes on each foot. He's a man of fragile frame. God is produced by liver of an animal and stored in the gallbladder. A gallbladder is shaped like a pear. That patient is in pain from gallstones. The wound in his left leg was badly infected, but did not receive proper treatment, so gangrene set in. The color of child's hair is determined by some of the genes of his or her parents. Cover your crop so you won't spread the germs. Milk and sweat are produced by grass. Cheap meat often has a lot of gristle. Ronald got hit in the groin by a ball. Acid from the stomach and flowed upward into the gullet. Massage your gums after cleaning your teeth. The old woman smiled widely, showing her toothless gum line. I've got terrible pain in my guts. She has long black hair. She wears a hairpiece to make his own hair seem thicker. There's a kind of back of her hand. The child was born with a hair lip. He squatted down on his haunches and began to take a nap. Don't put your hand out of the window. The doctor listened to her heart. These new shoes rubbed against my heels. She broke her hip when she fell. The old man has a large round hunch on his back. The hymen can be broken during exercise. A human being has 8 incisors, used for cutting and gnawing. She removed the inwards from the chicken before cooking. I have a pain in my insides. Most digestion takes place in the intestines. She fell down and broke her jaw. As you become older, your joints get stiffer. His jaws made him look years older. The jugular carries blood from the head back to the heart. The surgeon had to remove one of his kidneys as it was diseased. The little child sat on her mother's knee. He hurt his kneecap when he fell down from the ladder. I hit him with my fist and chewed knuckles. The larynx is vital to human communication. She is standing on one leg. He had a cigarette between his lips. A lock of hair has fallen down over her eyes. The blow raised a lump on his head. Smoking causes lung cancer. Lymph and blood flew out of her wound. My mother holds baby on her lap. The marrow produces new blood cells. Some wet nerves can control the production of melanin in the skin. Menstruation ceased. Maggie was sure to show her midriff. Molars are used for grinding food. Sometimes the moles are a sign of skin cancer. Mucus was streaming from his nostrils. He had strong leg muscles. She pinned her nails green. The terrorist pointed his gun at the nape of the man's neck and shot. The navel was also called a belly button. She wrapped a handkerchief around her neck. She damaged her nerve in the back. A neuron is the basic unit of nervous system. He found me snugging on the floor. She felt the nodules under her skin as she rubbed her neck. He blew his nose several times. My dad had a high nose bridge. His nose has two very large nostrils. He had a band on the nut. His wife had her ovaries removed by surgery. The pancreas gives off juices that help digestion. Mr. Kelly has a bald pate. Pathogens will grow in unclean places. A woman's pelvis is wider than a man's. A penis is a man's outer sex organ. She made her hair into a pigtail. The pituitary produces hormones to control the body's growth. The placenta is inside the womb of a pregnant woman or animal. A platelet is a small sound of blood that houses a tooth clot. His wife has a large potential. Ken has got a pot belly from drinking too much beer. One of my premolars are decayed and has to be put out. My father is suffering from prostate cancer. The doctor fitted David with a prosthesis after his leg was amputated. Your pupils contract in brown light and enlarge in darkness. Dead cells may ooze from the wound in the form of pus. The baby came out in a rash today. The rectum is the lowest part of the lower intestine. My son is so thin that you can't see his ribs. All heart, lungs, and liver are protected by the rib cage. I cut my knee when I fell from the ladder, and now there's a scab. The shampoo makes my scalp itch, yet a prominent scar across his forehead. The guards grab the thief by the scruff of the neck. Bile is a secretion of the liver. A doctor tested a man's semen. He fell down and injured his left shin. He hurt the shin bone when he fell. She stepped right in a pile of shit. She hurt her shoulder when she fell. He slapped her shoulder blood, was seriously injured. Jack trimmed his sideburns before the mirror. Peter had his beard shed off. The man with the goatee looks quite evil. The cub had a big black mustache. Children should drink milk to help them develop strong skeletons. The young girl has soft skin. A sperm fertilizes the egg of the female in reproduction. The stone cut the sole of her foot. The disease started in the spinal column. The disease attacks his brain and spinal cord. He seriously injured the spine in a car accident. The spleen controlled the quality of the blood. Jen is quite small in stature. Food is probably digested in the stomach. She didn't tell the doctor that she had been passing bloody stools. The player is in a sweat. Eating too much is bad for your system. The dentist removed a tartar from Kitty's teeth. Taste buds can tell whether something's sweet, salty, sour, or bitter. Tears ran down her face. He rubbed his temples. He tore a tendon when he fell down the stairs. Testicles produce sperm. The muscles in my thighs are sore after climbing the hill. The thigh bone goes from the hip to the knee. Her throat was so dry that she couldn't hardly swallow. Don't suck your thumb. A thyroid produces a substance which controls the growth of the body. My father's ticker is not as strong as it used to be. Radiation can destroy our body's tissues. She stabbed on my toe. Don't stick your tongue out at the teacher. When she had the flu, her tonsils were swollen. Brush your teeth at least twice a day. The police found her torso without a head, arms, and legs. A toupee is used to cover a bald spot on her head. A piece of blood stuck in his trachea. A transfer down to her neck. When the triceps, a tightened arm straightens. These exercises are designed to develop muscles in your trunk. Yet the pain is tummy. She's suffering from a brain tumor. The baby gets nourishment through the umbilical cord until it is born. And on the belly, the lower part of the stomach. The urine is a liquid waste product of the body. The uterus is located inside a woman's abdomen. The uvula is small and soft. The doctor examined the pregnant woman's vagina. It was a weak heart valve that caused its death. Some drugs have to be injected directly into patient's veins. She's suffering from hardening at arteries. Jump up to vertebrate in a fall. Smallpox, measles, AIDS, and flu are caused by viruses. The buzzards are eating the viscera of the dead body. The doctor discovered several growths on her vocal cords. Mary tied an apron around her waist. There was too much wax in his ears. He shaved off his whiskers. The little girl cheeks were red all the time. She had high cheekbones. He wore a wig to change its appearance. They should clean the wound quickly. Her mother has no wrinkles on her face. She took me by the wrist. Don't put the apples on the table. Our bodies can produce antibodies to counteract the disease. He has some zits on his face. That young man had pimples in his face. Debbie has an abscess on his mouth. Stones have formed his bladder. Even with her buck teeth, she is still lovely. My son is strong built. You have 4 canine teeth in our mouth, 2 on the upper jaw and 2 on the lower jaw. Capillaries as small as the blood vessels. Cerebrum fills most of the scalp and is concerned with thought, perception, and decision. He found the scalp of an ancient human. She wore little enough to disclose a deep cleavage. Peter was diagnosed with cancer of the colon. The girl has a rosy complexion. Smoking does harm to a person's constitution. She had a sad countenance. His pants were too tight in the crotch. When she smiles, there are dimples on her cheeks. The duodenum is just below the stomach. The enamel protects the inside part of the tooth. There was dark excrement on the sidewalk. Our teeth are suited to biting or tearing. His pregnant wife went to see her doctor in order to make sure that the fetus was healthy. It formed on the left side of the mouth. She pointed out the road and the map with her forefinger. The doctor examined the boy's genitals. Gored is blood from the wound that has become thick. It's a pair of big jerk ears. She had a blister on the little toe from walking all day long. 所以这边有267个单词啊，当然没有包括全部，但也差不多包括90%了啊，就人体的器官啊、组织啊这些东西啊，所以我们就学英文啊，就要系统化的啊，不要这边东学一个西学一个啊。所以这边有些你如果一下子忘记或不知道意思，我前面都有写啊，都有讲，前面各集你去看一下啊，这集讲到这里。